every single time you feel bad, you are attracting shit you don't want towards you. But let me tell you why that doesn't matter, why mood doesn't matter. Your vibration, your ultimate inner vibration is all that's important. Who are you being? What is the vibration that your being is emanating? Like a baby is pure love all the time, and babies cry a lot. Babies are whiny, babies are cranky, babies throw tantrums, but they always receive love because they are love. The mom takes care of them anyway because that is the standard the baby demands. The baby will outcry you every day. That's why children, little children, often get what they want all the time. Have you ever tried to make a 2-year-old do something they do not want to do? They will out tantrum you every time, and parents often give in. Parents hate to see their little baby crying because their little baby, their little toddler is pure love, and the parent just wants to match that. Also, it is the vibration. So while the toddler or the baby might be cranky in that moment, they know they are being treated as less than their standard. 2-year-old toddler wants to wear her pink shirt and you're trying to make her wear the blue shirt? Ain't gonna happen, because you are trying to treat her under the standard she set for herself, which is the blue shirt. She has high standards, she has high vibrations, she knows she is loved, she knows she is worthy, and you cannot tell her otherwise. And guess what you do as the weak adult? You let her wear the pink shirt that she wants to wear, right? Children are like so interesting. I could teach like so many lessons about children, and I will, but what I really wanted to talk about today is these negative emotions. So negative emotions will always attract what you don't want, but they are always important to guiding you which direction you want to go. Your inner emotions are a guidance system. Think of your emotions not as something to be vilified, not as something to be ignored. Think of your emotions as your inner guidance system. Think of every emotion as just energy in motion that runs through your body, right? And your body is all intelligent. Your body has all the answers inside of it. So when you recognize that you feel a negative emotion, an emotion you perceive as negative, remember all that is universal feedback. All that is, oh, that which I'm vibrating at is not what matches my desires or my highest self. That doesn't make me feel good, and therefore I'm focusing on the bad, and I don't want that. For example, think about if you are taking a shower, right? You go in the shower, you turn the knob to your very best guess as to what you think the perfect water temperature will be while you undress and do your stuff. Let the water warm up before you hop in the shower, right? Okay, so then you get in the shower, you feel the water, it burns your skin. You way overshot, it's super, super hot water. So what do? Do you take it personally? Do you say, oh, I'm a victim, oh, the universe hates me, this person hates me, I can't do anything right, I'm so shitty? No, you just turn the knob a little to the right because you realize the temperature of the water is simply a function of the knob as to which you are turning, right? So it doesn't mean anything about you. Even though you feel physical pain, you just turn the knob a little bit to the right, the water gets a little cold. Oop, now it's too cold. You're doing that thing where you're like you can't breathe, the water is freezing cold, it doesn't feel good. So you turn it left a little bit, not quite as much as last time, and the water's still a little too hot, not as hot as last time, but a little more hot than you want, so you turn it right, and you keep adjusting this knob till you get to the perfect temperature. Let's talk about why this is important. You don't let the physical hot or the physical cold bother you. You don't let it mean anything about you. The way you perceive that water temperature on your skin is simply, oh, I overshot this temperature, I don't want this temperature, the feeling is unpleasant, I'm going to fix it. That's what goes on in your head. This gets to be the same thing for your inner emotions, not just your physical feelings. Your internal feelings get to follow the same roadmap. So if you're running a business and you do this whole launch and you wanted 10 sales and you only get 1, and it feels so bad, what I see my clients often do, especially beginner business owners, and what I see a lot of people on Instagram do, is they really, instead of treat it like hot water, like, oh, okay, something went wrong, let's just pivot a little and you know, try to get to where I want to go, which is 10 sales or much beyond. What I see people do is instead of just go, oh, the water's a little hot, let's just recalibrate, they say, oh, no one wants to buy from me, I'm so bad, who am I to deserve money, who am I to deserve sales, I don't want to bother anyone, what if my product's not as good as this person? And we tell ourselves all these stories. But if you only got one sale and you wanted 10, that doesn't mean anything besides that you need to change a little stuff, right? You need to turn your knob a little bit. And we know that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner reality. So we get to say, instead of saying, oh, this means all this stuff about me, we get to take a good hard look at ourselves and we get to say, oh, universe, I don't like that feedback. The way we would say, I don't like that water temperature. We just get it. It just means nothing, right? We say, oh, I don't like that feedback. Okay, why would I be getting that feedback? What can I improve? What did I do? And how can I change, right? We ask ourselves like, okay, how can I change this in the future? Okay, so one time I had a client, for example, who had tens of thousands of Instagram followers. She had a great following, but her account was just for fun and she wanted to begin monetizing it. She knew she had the audience. She was ready to, you know, begin to make money for herself. So I'm like, that's so exciting. We had one call. And on our very first call, she's like, you know, I really want to monetize my account. And she's like, but I'm not feeling passionate about what I'm talking about. You know, I've been talking about this one topic and I really want to talk about like more, like I want to talk about overall lifestyle. She had like a niche topic and wanted to really expand. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Like you can totally do that. And so I'm like, okay, so what do you want to begin talking about? And she had all this passion and excitement. As she started talking, the fears would come up for her too. And she'd be like, oh my gosh, but I'm so worried my audience won't like that. I'm worried about what my friends and family will think. I don't really know if I expanded what I want to sell or where I want to go from here. And I'm like, that's no problem, because your emotions are your guidance system. Your emotions are telling you what you feel aligned to do. And if you feel called and you feel that purpose and you feel like you're supposed to be talking about this, then you talk about that. You don't, that external stuff will fall into place if this is meant to be. I will help you do the marketing and the strategy and the monetizing side. Your only job is to align yourself with your purpose. So we talked about that. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We had a couple more calls and, you know, she ended up saying, you know, no, I do feel passionate. Like I really want to sell. I just want to make a little bit of money. So I'm just going to sell some coaching spots and it's about her original niche. And I'm like, okay, go for it. You know, like my job as a coach is to enhance you. It's not to tell you what to do. So she launches these spots, and I've worked with people before with literally less than 100 Instagram followers, like very baby audiences, and they've made over $1,000 a week, like just with this one strategy. So she implemented the strategy. Remember, she has tens and thousands of followers and not a single person bought her product. And she was so upset. She was so upset. She got on her next call and she's like, not gonna lie, like I feel so shitty right now. And I'm like, use that emotion as your internal guidance system. Remember, universal feedback is not inherently good or bad. The way our outer reality comes up for us, our inner reality gets to tell us whether we like that situation, and then we get to say, why is our outer reality portraying this to me? Why is my outer reality showing me this feedback? And I reminded her, you don't want to be selling this product. You don't want to be talking about that niche. You want to be talking about your overall lifestyle. You told me that so many times. That's what you feel passionate about. And you're trying to stay stuck because you think this one tiny little topic that you've been talking about is going to work because it has worked and you've grown this way and you know your audience likes it. But in your heart, you want to talk about everything your whole life. And that's what you're meant to do. And so it's not that people hate her. You know, she started going through all these stories in her head like, oh, this person seems to get all this engagement and this person, it's so easy for them to monetize. Why can't that work for me? I must suck. People don't like me. It's so hard. And she tells herself all these stories, but that's not what's happening, right? The universe is showing her no sales so that she hits that pain point and goes, oh, duh, it's because I'm selling the thing I don't want to talk about at all anymore. She keeps trying to push because she thinks it's going to work and then it doesn't work and then you give up in this whole long cycle. But guess what? Now she's been talking about the things that she wants to talk about. She has been expanding her account into a whole lifestyle account and has doubled or tripled her following at this point. I need to check, I don't know. But the point is that the universe only gives us feedback, and it doesn't mean it's anything bad. If you're getting feedback that you don't like, it just means that maybe you're not getting what you want. It doesn't mean you're manifesting wrong. It doesn't mean you know, you're a horrible person and nothing can work for you and you're a victim. It just means that your internal guidance system is pointing you in a direction. So here's what to do every time you feel a negative emotion and what it means. One, think of your negative emotions as more of like an internal guidance system. It doesn't mean anything. Don't stay so stuck in your own stories. It's not real and everyone hates you. Take a moment to reflect and say, okay, what is my internal guidance system showing me? I'm not feeling good. What do I want instead? And I pause because depending on why you're not feeling good, it can be helpful to take a moment to analyze why you're feeling bad and try to problem solve. However, I don't really recommend staying in that vibration for a long time, because if you're always dwelling on the problem, like what's my problem? What's my problem? Why am I feeling bad? Blah, 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 then you're never gonna feel good, right? So you really wanna take time. If you're feeling negative and maybe you don't know why, or maybe you do know why, but you're not sure how to fix it. Like if you have a corporate job that you hate, but you just don't know how to get out of it, don't worry about that part. Don't try to problem solve. If you just think about the problem, then you're just going to think more about the problem and get yourself in a deeper negative emotion spiral, which is not good. You don't feel good when you do that. Your internal guidance system is telling you no. So instead, when you start to feel negative, you know, first of all, remember it is just your internal guidance system trying to guide you, saying like, don't go that way, right? Like if you have one of those cars with like the, what's it called? I can't think of what it's called. Whatever. You know, if you try to like switch lanes and it's like beep, 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 like you're too close to something, think about that. That's what your emotions are doing. So instead of focusing on what's the problem, like if you felt that in your car and it's a split-second decision, you're not thinking like, oh, what's there? Let me look, let me analyze. You think in your head instead, let me get the fuck out of this lane. You know, you're thinking, let me move. You're thinking of your end result, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. So if you feel a negative emotion, you can take a moment to think about, why am I feeling this way? Look at the problem. But the best thing to do, here's the very best thing to do, is think about what you do want, okay? Think about what you do want instead. Focus on the positive. Shift your emotions to, oh, I'm feeling so bad. Okay. Instead of dwelling on, oh, I hate my corporate job, my boss sucks, like I'm mad because my boss sucks. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be spiritual, I'm supposed to like him, but he's totally annoying and maybe it's my fault for not doing that job, but he shouldn't have yelled at me in front of the whole meeting. See, you're just diving in a deeper negative spiral. What you need to do is shift to what you do want. Your boss doesn't matter. Your embarrassment doesn't matter. Just think about what you do want. I love running my own business. I would love to just wake up and not have to go in the office and really feel that peace. Feel the thing you do want. Feel the long, slow mornings and the coffee on your balcony and taking your dog for a walk in the woods and not starting work till 12 and working for no one but yourself, or whatever the thing you do want is. Picture, you know, the job, maybe you applied for a new job and it's your dream position, and picture yourself at that other company. And it doesn't really matter the current problem you're having, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you're going through right now. It doesn't matter. I don't want to say it does. I feel bad saying it doesn't matter because I think that can be taken the wrong way. I do think you have to know where you are and where you're going. So, you know, you got your path outlined, but you don't need to dwell on your problem. You know where you are. You know where you are. You got to dwell on the positive feelings and change your state. And I ask you to feel it so your state changes. And if you have trouble, you know, you're so caught up in the power of the moment, you're so upset, think about a time that did actually happen in your life that made you really happy, like a coworker who did compliment you, or, you know, looking forward to going home to your dog who loved you unconditionally, or whatever. Like, think about something that does make you truly happy, and then think of the thing you want. Working for myself sounds awesome. And let yourself shift to those positive feelings. And that's how to really make the law of attraction working for you, using your internal guidance system. So if you feel, one question I get a lot is like, oh, like, you know, I think what a lot of spiritual people do is they feel a negative emotion. Like someone cuts them off in traffic and they get mad and they're like, oh, like, F you. And then they're like, oh, I shouldn't be this mad. I shouldn't treat them like that. Okay, be happy, be happy. Ah, now my manifestations aren't gonna work because I got upset. And then, I like took away my whole progress. I took away the 5 affirmations I said this morning. And then you're just warping yourself in like another downward spiral. Just like stop that. It's okay to feel the emotions. It's okay to feel sad. Allow it to wash through you. You have to let it pass through you, and then shift your thoughts to what you do want. I'm picturing a long, slow walk with my dog. Because a long, slow walk with your dog would mean you don't even have to commute to your job anymore, right? Focus on what you do want. Shift your energy to what you do want. So remember, negative emotions are okay. They are here to help you. They are a guidance system for you. And you get to then shift to where you want to go. If you look at it like a GPS, remember like a negative emotion is like if you just make a turn that wasn't on the map and then your map goes all weird and it's recalculating, right? Like that's all a negative emotion has to be. You get to then recalculate. You drove off the map, you get to recalculate, get back on track, and now you're back on the positive train.